Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Muhammad Alfa. I'll be teaching mathematics JSS Two, and today's topic is word problems on square root and square and what square root. We have discussed square and square root in our previous class. That is, square is the power written at the top of any number or alphabet, where the square root is a sign. Now, we are now going to word problem. It's not in word. It's not more in figure again, in word. Now, example 1, we'll find the sum of the square of 4 and the square root of what? 9. The sum of square of 4 and the square root of what? 9. That is the first example. While the second one, you have to find the difference between the square root of 144 and the square of what? 3. Now, the first thing you're supposed to understand is that sum, it means what? Plus. Square, I told you earlier, is the power to any number being given to you, where the square is a sign. Now, for us to start solving our example 1, we say since we are asked to find the sum, which is plus, square of 4 is the same thing as what? 4 raised to power 2. And 4 raised to power 2 is equal to what? That is 4 times 4, which is what? 4 times 4 is what? 16. That is the first one. And the square root of what? Square root now. Square root of 9, which is equal to what? Like this. Two numbers should be the same, multiplied together. That is, two numbers should be multiplied together, must be the same. You can't say 2 times 3. The two numbers that you are multiplying together must what? Be the same. Now let us look for two numbers being multiplied together that will have what? 9, which is what? 3 times what? 3. 3 times 3, which will give us what? 9. But in the question, we are asked to find the sum, which means plus. That is, after solving the square of 4, we have gotten 16. And the sum stands as what? Plus. And the square root of 9 is what? 3. Now, if you have to add up 16 plus 3, it will give us what? 19 as our final answer. That is for example 1. Now, moving to the example 2, we have the second example. Find this difference. Now, difference means here means what? Minus. Between the square root of 144 and the square of what? 3. The first thing you do, you write your solution. Square root of 144, and this is our sign for the square root, 144. Now, let us look for two numbers being multiplied together. We have what? 144. Let us think. 12 times what? 12, which will give us what? 144. Now, we have solved for the first one. While the second question says what? The square of 3. Square of 3. And the square, as I said earlier, is the power, which is 3 times 3. And 3 times 3 gives us what? 9. Are we together? Yes. Now, after this, we now say, okay, since we have to look for the difference, and we have gotten 12 times 12, law of indices, 12 times 12, we have to pick one 12, which is 12. Different means what? Minus. Minus what? 9. And 12 minus 9 to give us what? Who can tell me? To give us what? 3. And the final answer is what? 3. After this, if you have any question, you can ask. In the absence of no question, then we'll call it a day. Thank you very much.